When you think of Athena, goddess of wisdom, you probably picture the protector of heroes, the patron of Athens, the strategic mind behind Greek victory. She's celebrated as the embodiment of civilization itself, rational, just, and benevolent. But the ancient sources tell a very different story. In the epics of Homer, the tragedies of Sophocles, and the hymns of Callinicus, Athena emerges, not as a compassionate guide, but as something far more unsettling. A deity who wields terror as policy, who values order over mercy, and whose wisdom often looks indistinguishable from ruthless calculation. This is the Athena the ancients actually worshipped, the one who wore a severed head on her breastplate as a statement of power. To understand Athena's nature, you have to start with how she came into existence. According to Hesiod's Theogony, Zeus swallowed his first wife, Metis, while she was pregnant, because prophecy warned him she would bear a son who'd overthrow him. Athena was then born directly from Zeus's head, fully armed. No mother, no womb, just the fathers were made manifest. This origin defined everything that followed. In Aeschylus's play The Eumenides, Athena presides over the trial of Orestes, who has murdered his own mother to avenge his father. When the jury deadlocks, Athena casts the deciding vote to acquit him. Her reasoning is chilling. She states explicitly, "There is no mother anywhere who gave me birth, but for marriage, I am always for the male with all my heart, and strongly on my father's side. I cannot set more store by the woman's death. She killed her husband, guardian of their house." Athena validates the argument that mothers aren't true parents at all, just vessels for the father's seed. She institutionalizes a legal system where killing a wife matters less than killing a husband. The acquittal wasn't about Orestes' innocence, it was about preserving patriarchal authority at any cost. And when the ancient Furies objected, Athena didn't debate them. She threatened them with Zeus's lightning, then offered them honors if they submitted. Surrender or be destroyed. That was Athena's diplomacy. In Book 22 of Homer's Iliad, we see Athena's military mind at work. Hector, Troy's greatest defender, is fleeing Achilles around the city walls. He's weighing surrender or a final stand. Athena decides he must die, but she doesn't strike him down. Instead, she disguises herself as Deiphobus, Hector's beloved brother, and appears at his side, breathless, claiming she's run from the city to fight with him. Bolstered by this false hope, believing his brother has risked death to stand beside him, Hector stops running. He faces Achilles. He throws his spear. It bounces off the divine armor. He turns to ask Deiphobus for another weapon and finds empty air. In his final moments, Hector understands. Athena has deceived me. This wasn't battlefield necessity. Athena could have paralyzed him or tripped him. Instead, she chose to give him hope through his love for his brother, then ripped it away. She engineered a death where the hero's final act of courage was built on a lie. To Athena, honor was a tool to exploit in enemies, not a principle to follow herself. After Achilles died, his armor was contested between Ajax and Odysseus. Through Athena's influence, Odysseus won. Ajax, humiliated, planned to kill the Greek commanders in the night. Athena intervened not by stopping him, but by shattering his mind. She struck Ajax with delusional madness. He slaughtered the army's livestock instead, torturing animals he believed were his enemies. The opening of Sophocles' play Ajax shows us Athena's attitude toward this. She invites Odysseus to watch the broken hero in his madness, asking him, "Is not laughing at one's enemies the most delightful kind of laughter?" Odysseus refuses, feeling pity instead. But Athena, the goddess, cannot. When Ajax recovers his sanity and finds himself covered in the blood of sheep, the shame drives him to suicide. Athena doesn't kill Ajax directly. She engineers conditions where his own sense of honor demands his self-destructs. Athena's relationship with female sexuality reveals perhaps her darkest pattern. The poet Ovid, preserving older traditions, tells us that Medusa was once a beautiful mortal woman. Poseidon raped her inside Athena's temple. Athena's reaction wasn't directed at Poseidon, her powerful uncle was untouchable. Instead, she transformed the victim. She changed Medusa's hair to serpents, making her so hideous that anyone who looked at her turned to stone. But Athena's involvement didn't end there. She guided Perseus to kill Medusa, giving him a polished shield to view her reflection safely. After the beheading, Athena took the severed head and mounted it on her aegis, her breastplate. She wore the face of the woman she depunished and helped kill as a weapon to terrify her enemies. Medusa was reduced from a living being to an object, an apotropaic device for the virgin goddess's armor. The same pattern appears in the mythology, a priestess of Athena in Tegea. When Heracles raped Orge in the temple precinct and she secretly gave birth there, Athena didn't punish Heracles. She rendered the entire land of Tegea barren. Famine struck. Children starved. To Athena, the distinction between rape and consensual sex, between perpetrator and victim, mattered less than the fact of pollution in her sanctuary. When the mortal weaver Arachne challenged Athena to a contest, the competition wasn't just about skill, it was about content. According to Ovid, Athena wove scenes of Olympian glory and divine order. Arachne wove the crimes of the gods, Zeus's rapes, Poseidon's deceits, the abuse of power that sustained the hierarchy. Ovid states clearly that neither Athena nor envy itself could find a technical flaw. In Arachne's work, Athena destroyed the tapestry not because it was poorly made, but because it was political sedition. She beat Arachne with a weaving chatelaine act of physical violence, driving the girl to hang herself. Then Athena resurrected her as a spider, ensuring she could weave forever, but never again create art that spoke truth to power. Even Athena's presence carried danger. In Callinicus's hymn on the bath of Pallas, the young Tiresias accidentally sees Athena bathing. She immediately strikes him blind. When his mother begs for mercy, Athena explains she's not acting from malice, she's following the laws of Cronus, ancient cosmic rules that decree whoever sees Pallas naked shall never see again. She presents herself as a bureaucrat of divine violence, claiming the law acted through her. Even more severe is the fate of Iodama, one of Athena's own priestesses. When Iodama entered the sanctuary and saw Athena wearing her war gear, with the Gorgon's head upon her aegis, she was instantly turned to stone. A ritual persisted where priestesses would daily declare, "Iodama lives," and demands fire, a perpetual appeasement to prevent further petrification. What emerges from these ancient sources isn't a goddess of wisdom in the way we might understand it. Athena's wisdom is strategic calculation divorced from mercy. She values the stability of the cosmic order over individual suffering. She punishes pollution regardless of moral culpability. She destroys minds before bodies. She creates the very monsters Medusa, Athena transformed, that heroes must then slay, maintaining a closed loop of power where she remains the central arbiter. To those the system protected, like Odysseus or Perseus, she was indeed a savior. But to those who threatened the order through accident, sexuality, artistic truth, or simple misfortune, she was a destroyer who struck without hesitation. The ancient Greeks didn't see Athena as evil. They saw her as necessary. She was the wisdom that builds cities, wins wars, and maintains civilization. But that wisdom came with a price: the complete subordination of individual mercy to collective order. The question the ancient sources leave us with isn't whether Athena was powerful, that's beyond doubt. It's whether wisdom without compassion, order without mercy, and civilization built on necessary terror can ever be called just. The Greeks gave us Athena's answer. They placed a severed head on her breastplate and called it protection.